this is where I went wrong, I think, is I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like that's not gonna be this, by the way. I don't know how I said it, probably not that rudely, but I just let him know that like I'm not going to be in the business for that. And he was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And like,
In
we
the
continued
business.
drinking or whatever. I think he still thought he could get me drunk enough to do it. But I was not going to be accepting any more drinks because it was actually coming up on our hour. And I always am looking at the hour. I'm not going to be staying there for
What?
more than an hour, hour and a half max, because time is money, and the amount that we agreed upon was not enough to be there for more than an hour. So I let him know, hey, yeah, no, I'm actually needing to meet up with a friend after this, so I'm not going to be able to go anywhere.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Motivation Nation, I'm your host, Air Gordon. So, here we are, back again. Another video to react to. You guys sent this to me, and we got to react to it. It looks like a paid date story time. So, people paying to go on dates these days. I never. Hey, listen, this is all new to me. I've never heard anything like this. Men paying women to go on a date. So, if you're new to this channel, what we do here is we react. We have our conversations down in the comments. So if you're new, welcome. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, do all that. But get in the comments and let's talk about it. With no further ado, let's see what's going on here.
Let me tell you a story about a paid date I went on that did not end well at all because I did not end up getting paid.
Okay,
And this
good.
date is actually the date that really made me come up with a lot of the rules I have now that I go on paid dates. It was one of those rookie mistake dates, and I learned a lot, so let's get into it. So I meet this guy at a hotel lobby bar. I park my car, he's already inside. I walk in, okay? He's sitting at the bar and has a seat saved for me, so I sit by him. We say our hellos. It's going well. He compliments me. Everything's fine. He's not crazy old. He's probably like
I hate to stop it, only 27 seconds in. But to each its own. And I'm going to say this as respectfully as possible. Somebody paid her to go on a date. Unbelievable. All right, that's it. Let's go forward.
mid 40s, something like that. Most of these guys are relatively normal, I will tell you that. So he already has a drink, and then he's like, oh, yeah, what do you want? I look at the menu, and then I order something. Then right away, he's like, oh my gosh, do you like tequila? Let's take a shot. And in that moment, I already knew, yeah, this guy is going to try and get me drunk. I can already tell, especially when they're offering shots like in daylight. I'm like, really? I'm trying to keep a balance between being fun, but also being aware. So I'm like, okay, I will agree to the first one. Maybe I won't finish it. It'll be fine. Gotta stay aware on these fucking dates, okay? You're there for one reason and one reason only. So I do it. I have my drink as well. I'm starting to feel it a little bit, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna chill out. But I'm still feeling aware. I'm feeling fine. And then this motherfucker asked me to do another shot. And this is the point where I decline. I'm like, no, like, I don't need it. I'm still sipping my drink. I'm good. But I'm still being fun. Like, we're still bantering. We're still having a good time. It's fine. And then he proceeds to tell me about this date he went on with a girl from the same website where they ended up going and looking at lingerie, and it ends up being a whole night and shit like that. And this is where I went wrong, I think, is I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like that's not gonna be this, by the way. I don't know how I said it, probably not that rudely, but I just let him know that like I'm not going to be in the business for that. And he was like, okay, yeah, whatever. And like,
In
we
the
continued
business.
drinking or whatever. I think he still thought he could get me drunk enough to do it. But I was not going to be accepting any more drinks because it was actually coming up on our hour. And I always am looking at the hour. I'm not going to be staying there for
What?
more than an hour, hour and a half max, because time is money, and the amount that we agreed upon was not enough to be there for more than an hour. So I let him know, hey, yeah, no, I'm actually needing to meet up with a friend after this, so I'm not going to be able to go anywhere else. He wanted to go to like another bar or some.
I hate to pause it right there. But so she's treating this like it's some type of a job, as if so you're just accepting money to go on a date. First of all, this is absurd that someone would pay an individual to go on a date with them. If you're that lonely, go find a hobby. But paying people to pretend as though they're interested in you is insanity to me. But I don't know. Maybe that's an underworld. You learn something new every day. This is all new to me. Never heard of anything like this. And her rudeness about it, that I'm not paying for taking longer than an hour and a half. I was paid for a service. So you're getting paid to just sit there and talk to somebody. People can't be that lonely. I got to figure out a way to, I mean, anyway, I won't say too much. I mean, anyway.
I was like, no, like I'm not gonna be able to do that. And he seemed super thrown off. Like his demeanor changed completely. And remind you, I have not gotten payment from him up until this point. Like I haven't gotten 1 cent from him, which was mistake number one. So he pays the bill or whatever. I could tell that he's not in a good mood. And we're walking out and he's just like, I'm used to like girls staying like at least over an hour or like an hour and a half. And I'm just like, what the fuck do you mean? Like I literally just spent an hour with you. We didn't necessarily agree on a certain amount of time, which was my second mistake. But he should owe me something at least. Even if we disagreed on it and we didn't make things clear in the beginning, we should still have agreed upon something in that moment. But he was just so mad and acting like I just was so disrespectful. He's like, this is unbelievable. And at that point, I think he was just overdoing it just so that he didn't have to give me anything for it because he knew that I wasn't going to be in the business for extras, which I think is what he wanted ultimately. Which a lot of the guys will want that and offer that. But, you just have to keep it professional. If you're not in the business for that, don't do it. And if you are, that's your prerogative. But anyway, he literally storms off and leaves me there empty handed. And I'm like, great. I just wasted an hour of my life with a guy I would have never gone on a date with anyway. And that's when I told myself I will never, ever not get payment prior to the date being over. I would suggest getting the payment probably like 15 to 20 minutes in, just so they can see that you're actually present, you're actually a good time, you ordered something, you're not just going to dip out, just so they are at least secure in that fact. And then just like casually bring it up, like, hey, yeah, just before I forget, can we secure that just so that, we're not wondering about it. And 9 times out of 10, that is never going to be a problem. And if it is, get the fuck out of there. So yeah, I got no money for that, and lesson learned. Let me tell you a story about a payday I went on.
So I have to go back and think about this whole thing in totality, context wise. So I guess it's one thing if somebody is paying for companionship, that's a service that she's providing. And it's a difference between paying someone to go on a date to get to know them to be in a relationship. That's two totally different things. So if she's providing a dating service where I come and I spend time with you, you get to hang out, we get to go to dinner, you get to, I don't know, just entertain this individual for that amount of time, and you haven't agreed upon price. You know what? I guess I don't see a problem with it. I don't, because it's two consenting adults. And this is something that someone does. I guess that's no different than paying money to go to a sporting event. For that amount of time, you're being entertained with what it is that you like. And this individual, this is what he likes. This particular young lady, he enjoys her time or wants to enjoy her time. So I guess that's no different than anything else. I mean, hey, that's the only way I can see it. But the flip side, if this individual is paying this woman in hopes of being in a relationship that's just completely out of bounds and that's completely out of control. Listen, I don't understand any of this personally. I'm just trying to add some level of logic to it to see how it makes sense for some guy to do this. So if he's doing this just to spend time with someone, this is the way he spends his time. Okay. To each his own. But if he's in the hopes of having a relationship, he's absolutely lost his mind. Anyway, jump down in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this. That's it for this video. I'll see you guys on the next video. Out.